Once we have that contract in place with the seller, with the vendor, 6 months to a year, we need to get business for them exactly the same way Groupon gets business for those vendors. How does Groupon does that?
Providing them a platform for the sellers.
By email blasting.
They have a large database of email addresses. They send an email blast. We have that email database as well.
Comparative advantage is the human resource.
We don't need millions of emails to blast emails, right? We need limited number of emails. Your businesses are limited. Let's say if you're dealing with the MR panel company, how many are there in Green Book or what you call in Isomar? The 1500 to 2000 in one industry. So we get those addresses, but when you're sending to businesses, it's not only the email blast that will work. But we need to start from email blast at the first place, and in the second step, we're going to do a number of different things. So number of different things are as follows. Number one, you're going to open their LinkedIn account if they are inactive. You're going to make a phone call. You're going to connect with them in whatever possible way, whether you want to network with them in the trade shows, in events, in exhibitions. You have to represent them as if you're working for them in the company. And that's the resource that they would bank on. They would assume that you are working for them and you're building business for them. And once we see that there's a maximum potential, we can also, in the contract, we can fire this company also. The moment we see there's something hanky-panky going on, we can get rid of that. So in the bargain, we are not losing anything, they are not losing anything. This business wouldn't have existed for them if you wouldn't have done any effort. If they would have done something good, they would have already got this business. There's a possibility they would say, we have a list of these clients, don't approach them, they are our business as it is. Then you say, okay, fine, we are not going to approach them. So any business that will come from those clients, we will say,
Why would they share their vendors with us? I mean, they have their vendors, they have their clients.
Who? Their
The
clients.
sellers, when we ask them that which companies are you working with or have you worked with before, why would they share their clientele with us?
Yeah, because
no one shared their clientele.
No, it is no. Otherwise, we can approach anybody.
Yeah, let's say we approach a company and we did get a project from them, and then we contact seller that we have got this business. This is a project and we need to work on that. Let's say a healthcare project. Then seller said, I have already worked with this client and I'm not comfortable working with him as he has some issues or anything, XYZ.
Yeah.
So then.
So they will identify which clients you should not approach at all, and which clients we are dealing with already. So don't approach them anyways. What is the task that we have? We are this new business. So existing business we will not touch. Their existing clients we are not going to touch. Beside this, any new business that we can get for them, it's a bonus for them. And they're willing to pay that 50% to us.
They'll be happy to
They'll be happy.
50% if they're getting business.
Because their margins are from 65 to 80%. And they can easily say, okay, fine. The two things they're going to get, some pocket money, some little cost, little profit that they can make to recover the cost, some money they will make. Secondly, the customer will come to the door. So the customer is going to walk into the door, it's a new customer. Now it's up to them, they can cross-sell, they can upsell, they can retain them. It depends on how good services they deliver. If they deliver Gucci services, then everything is
customer
good,
is not
right?
coming.
So it is nothing to do with us. If they get more business from this customer, they will pocket all the businesses, all the other projects. We are not going to take anything. Okay?
Again, if we get a project for the seller, let's say healthcare project, we get them, let's say, hypercluster limit project, and we get to the seller, and the seller was unable to provide the services and would not be able to complete the project on given deadline or task. So in that case, what happens?
Nothing happens. Usually clients
Either they earn, so neither
usually
they-
clients pay 50% advance,
Okay.
right? So that 50% is returned back to the client.
Like that. So we
Full amount-
did not
full
get
amount,
anything
50%.
and the seller did not
Yeah.
get
So
anything.
what about the contract? Because the starting they are signing a contract, I think. Right?
Yeah, so they sign a contract, 50% we're going to pocket. Right away, we'll ask the seller, sorry, the buyer, to provide us 50%. So the buyer is going to provide, let's say project is 100,000, they'll provide $50,000 to us. We'll keep that in our pocket. If they are unable to deliver the goods, they are unable to deliver the services, we return, refund the full 50,000 back to them, right? And that's a way most of the companies would feel more comfortable working through us rather than going directly to them, because we will be acting as a bank too. They would say we are more secure to deal through you because we, let's say if they are dealing directly with them, they send 50% to them and they are unable to deliver services. What will happen? They pocket 50%, they are not going to give any
Because
50% back.
we are taking the sole responsibility.
So if they will do Gucci, we have a contract with them and return that 50% back to them. This will get more and more business, right?
So,
So
is there any other company who is providing the same services?
No.
I'm talking about the comparative.
there is none.
So we are the first.
That's what the idea is. We have thought about a number of other ventures too, like Kareem, Uber. We also thought about renting the what Airbnb does. See, the Airbnb business, they do renting of real estate and selling of real estate, primarily renting. Let's say you want to go to Dubai and you feel that renting what you call booking a hotel would be more expensive for you. You would go through Airbnb and there is a person who is living in an apartment, his family is out for vacation, and he said my unit is available for 3 months, furnished unit. He'll do a business of hotel then. So he will take the money from the buyer and the seller is giving his flat, his apartment, his condo to this person, and there's a transaction. He's living there for 10 days, 15 days, 20 days. So his own personal property is being used. Right? Similarly, Uber does. Uber does exactly the same. Use your own car,
Yeah.
right? Without owning the cars, without owning the real estate, they are doing the business. They created the portal. We thought about doing it in a number of ways. We thought about doing it how? We thought about doing it for rent-a-car. Rent-a-car. We thought about that.
That's same as the
Same, no, Kareem is different. Kareem is you want a service like a taxi.
yeah.
Rent a car. Let's say you are at the airport, you want to rent a car. Instead of going to AZEEZ, Hertz or Budget or Europe car, you would say, Monis has a car, Toyota Corolla, sitting at home, right? His family's out. He said, why don't you rent my car for a month? And you rent that car. But there are a number of companies who are doing exactly the same in US and they're bringing the same concept here. In Pakistan, it's going to come after 10 years. But it will come. This Uber thing is not a new concept. It was there for last 8 years in Europe. Now it came in. So in Pakistan, things come pretty late. Anyways, so there are many other ventures we thought about, and we came to a conclusion that there are little more efforts here, but this is a unique concept. This will go. Its magnitude is huge. What we have to do is to build a team of right salespeople. Who knows how to do business development. That's all. If they know how to do business development, they can, what you have to do, it's not a hard sell. You're not selling telecommunication products $100 or $50, or not selling any small telephone handsets. $100, $200, $300 thing, or duct services or duct cleaning services. You're not selling all of that, right? It's a small, cheapo item. You are selling. You are basically, it's a science. Business development is a science. You're developing relationship for them, for the vendor, and you are getting customers for them. This is a need which we talked about, and it is for common people. Now, why it's for common people? Small businesses are struggling to build their businesses. Now, you would be surprised to know this stats. 90% of the small businesses fail, not because they do not have a right model, it's because they do not have right cash flows.
Right strategy.
Cash flows. What is cash flow? Cash flow is, let's say today in your Excel sheet you see a business is $1 million business. Money is going to come, you are delivering good services, but collection is a problem. Money in the business is not there because you have very less clients. Money is coming in rotation, so you need to have money in the pool. Sometimes bank give them some overdraft, but that is not good enough. So you need more customers, and we are exactly helping them out to get more customers, and this is what they're looking to get. There are many companies, for example, Angel Vision. Angel Vision is a company, giving you this example because this company has grown from 2 people to 25 people. It's Arizona-based company. What they do is they do small 30 seconds cartoon for businesses as a jingle or as a small ad, small commercial, 30 seconds. And this company has grown, hiring your own people at your own pace. If we would go to such companies and say, we can do this for you, what we have to do is, we have to just approach businesses and say we can develop cartoon services for you. They'll say, okay, that's good enough. We'll sign the contract with them, we'll pocket the money, same model. This company, what my vision is to get into this part. We want to be the Groupon of B2B, and we want to register this company in New York Stock Exchange. This would be the last and the business that I came up with this idea. This idea is a very unique idea. It's a vision of mine, yeah, and I think it's going to fly. And I don't think there is any competitor at the moment. And before the competitor comes into existence, we should really play our game, right? The only thing is, and which I will talk about it, we want to expand this business to about 25, 30 people and make their packages well and all that stuff, or really make this business worthwhile. If we do that, we might attract some investment from outside as well. So this is the model. So what is the question? Yes.
So as we just appear in the market with remote to BD, so how we introduce our company? Like let's suppose I call him, this is a company, and alright, remote to BD, I never heard about it. What this company is, and do you have any portfolio or any something?
So some information is on our website, right? And some we are already creating. So we'll create a brochure and everything. One pager script we are going to have. We have to do a lot of work on this portal. So in a nutshell, you can say we do business development for you, right? Instead of you doing it and spend money on the business development person, we do it for you. If they push more, you see we have a model of Groupon in the B2B space. They will really understand what we're talking about. Let's take a quick break, right? And then when we'll be back, we'll talk about script.